Good evening, everyone. This is Late Night with Cap. This is JT. Good to see you. And this episode is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk about... I have a wonderful... and of course, we'll do bad graphic design. And we may...
Guess what? JT ain't here. It's my show. And we're going to do things my way. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight for the R2 show, not Late Night with Cap. I'm going to be here for at least the next month, so I'm looking forward to everything we have lined up. But let me bring out our first guest. Oh, shut up, Lisa H. I don't care what you have to say. Tom from Rogue Attraction.
Hello, howdy. Hey, R2. JT, I miss you, but hey, R2. I was expecting you to play the clip from Captain Phelps. I'm the captain now.
Oh yeah, I'm the captain now. Yeah,
I was expecting that. So should it be R2 or Captain 2 or just?
No, it's just R2.
Okay. How is it? Does it feel unfamiliar? Like, does it seem weird to be in?
There's all these weird buttons that I'm not used to in JT's StreamYard setup. So hopefully I don't. As long as I don't hit the red button too soon, I think I'm fine. But
we do know you're known for that.
Yeah, I am. I get excited sometimes. Push the red button. I hope I'm not making him cry. That's really my goal.
I don't think JT cries. He just whimpers.
He's like, oh no, he's ruined me. Well, thank you so much for being the first guest of the R2 show.
No problem. Always wonderful. A pleasure to talk.
Wonderful to have you. Maybe this will inspire me to do my own show on Wednesday night over on After the Weekend and have the actual R2 show there.
Go an hour earlier, just like
yeah. Well, let's say hello to the chat. We've already got JT questioning his decisions here.
Does he have his nightcap yet?
He might have a couple tonight. We got little Spidey. Hey, buddy. And my lovely wife. Hello. Oh, Nicole is here.
Hello, Nicole.
Nicole just co-hosted with me this past After the Weekend. We did Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and that was a lot of fun. And we've got Theme Park Casual. Hello, thank you for being here.
Howdy, Mr. Casual.
And Ubaldo is here. Thank you. Appreciate you joining us. And again, Lisa H giving me grief. We've got Cannoli Sasquatch, which is exciting because we might have some Sasquatch news here tonight. To keep in theme with everything.
Big hairy people. Okay, great. I have enough of them to deal with. I walk around with Jay.
Is Jay that hairy? Does he not make sense when he talks?
I don't think any of us make sense when we talk.
Does he ever like just go like?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, he gets hungry sometimes.
Yeah. When he makes that sound, it's time to get him a churro.
He's more of a pretzel guy. Or ice cream. It's all about that ice cream.
The ice cream. The Mickey bar or like the Mickey ice cream.
He wants like a strawberry shake or something. Like he wants fancy. You can't just be like, okay,
he's like you. He wants his ice cream bougie.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And the Gilkman is here. Nice to see you, Thomas. And
JT's yelling to highlight.
Highlight one.
It says highlight.
It says highlight. Yeah, we will definitely make that work. Yeah, we'll get in touch. Highlight. I don't know what he means. Does anybody in the chat know what he means?
I'm
And
assuming he
Bearded
means
Blueberry's here.
highlight the chat. I'm guessing.
I am highlighting the chat.
Don't backseat host, JT.
Yeah, no kidding. And Wookie Be Bad. Hail. Thank you for being here. Well, I'm excited to be here. This is going to be fun. We certainly do miss JT while he is off on his adventure, but if I do a bad enough job, maybe he'll come back sooner than later.
JT's gonna come back and it's gonna be like 3 subs. Like, what happened?
Yeah. No. So I think since last time you've been on this show, a lot has changed for you. What's new with you?
Last time on the show, wow, that was maybe like a year ago, I guess.
Oh, it hasn't been a year.
It's been a while. I know that.
I think you've been on this channel second only to me out of guests.
When I can. So yeah, I think a lot has changed. So as you know, I've stumbled into places. Basically, I've stumbled into associations with channels that most people in here probably watch, being it Geeks and Gamers, which was literally stumbling in to that. But yeah, lots has changed. I've reached that precious milestone of getting paid, kinda, for YouTube stuff. I've started some extra shows. Some of you have been there for the 90s stream. I've started to branch out between just going to Disney and Universal, and playing too much Fortnite until like 3 a.m. But hey, that's kind of what it is. But yeah, it's been an interesting road of accidental right place, right time type of things. Jeremy told me to my face the reason I'm on Geeks and Gamers is because I was there recording Gina Carano saying awesome Geeks and Gamers. Like, basically, he said that to my face. Like, the only reason here he recorded the right thing at the right time. I'm like, yes, I know. I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's a lot has changed. Well, not really. A lot has gotten improved or evolved, I guess the best way to say it. I'm still doing live streams from theme parks. I'm still eating way too much bad food, and I'm still walking around with Sword, who doesn't want to talk because his batteries are dead.
He takes batteries?
Yeah, he eats batteries. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying, the key to success is to videotape beautiful women, and you'll get noticed by somebody and get a job.
Yeah, and also
that's what I heard out of this story.
Befriend a member of a larger association, if that makes sense. Like, happen to be at a place that someone else is there, be charming and unoffensive enough to be liked by said person, and then you work your way to that larger
now it just sounds like you wooed drunk 3PO.
I think I was just not. I never asked about Gina. I guess that was the main thing. Don't ask about the elephant in the room, and you'll be more accepted.
And now you just call Gina Carano an elephant, man. You're all over the place.
I will say, to answer the Gil commands, I'm not in the G&G house. I've had my own house here for a while. I'm on the water. I'm glad about that, because I mean, I don't need to be asked to be played pool 7 times a day, and I don't know. Rogue would not be happy with that.
You're not at the G&G house. You're at the Zort pad.
Yes. It's a nice tropical getaway. But what?
Well, since all of this happening, I guess, the big thing, right, for everybody here that's a content creator, that kind of holy grail to get to is being monetized, hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark and hitting the watch hours. Once you get there, what's the good about it, would you say?
All right, so the main thing is I lucked out a couple ways. I definitely got shout outs from larger channels, which helped a bit. I also happened to be in there when YouTube was really pushing shorts, and I can't throw an onion. No.
Thomas wants to throw an onion at Jeremy.
Well, first of all, Jeremy's actually in transit. I think he's still driving over from Pensacola right now, so he may not be at the house yet. He hopefully will be there because Fortnite's supposed to be starting in 20 minutes, so hopefully he's there. And Beardo's too soft for an onion. I don't want to throw an onion at Beardo; he'll cry. But back to monetization. A couple things. The process was quick. I did not expect to be monetized. It was like a couple of days. Like at times it says it can take months, or like anywhere from like it says on the when you look at it like anywhere from a few days to a couple of weeks. It was maybe like 3 days, and I was monetized, and they approved memberships in like a day. Like you have to do things like give in information for taxes, even though they don't take the taxes out, but you have to give the information in. You have to sign up for AdSense. So sign up for AdSense if you have a channel before you're even monetized. It takes a hurdle out of the way ahead of time, so you're not waiting for their approval for AdSense. So that's something I would do ahead of time. Is just sign up for that. It'll make the process quicker. The main thing, so some people have either way. Like you'll either have the issue of subs or watch hours. So I know a lot of people that have enough subs, but they don't have enough watch hours, or they have enough watch hours, but they don't have enough subs, right? So it's that magical like ratio.
Mm-hmm.
I lucked out where I was always over my watch hours than my subs when I began. So it was always like a 2-to-1 game. I think. I mean, if the shorts counted, I would have been monetized like 5 months earlier. But that's me complaining about something else. What's my favorite type of hat, JT? Actually, I'm a fan of the bowler. It's both Western and fancy.
How many hats do you have in your hat collection? That's what I want to know.
75.
75. Wow. You said that just immediately too.
I have a hat room. Some people have like
shoe rooms.
A shoe room. I have a hat room. It's a lot of these things are like this doesn't really crush. It's wool. It's heavy.
I did, Kelsey. It's my channel now,
Kelsey. But besides that, I think the cool thing now that I'm seeing is that the community is a lot of different communities are forming up, and a lot of people are helping each other, and that's kind of the. JT and R2 had me on their channel. I think when I only had like 20 or 30 subs, like whatever.
Oh, you had more than that. When I met you, you had at least 100 subs when you and I started talking.
Oh, it was at least 100.
I don't even know if I had started my channel yet.
You were still doing it from Maria's, I guess.
On Maria's. Okay, so we did. So then, we hadn't even done a dedicated channel yet to our idea. So yeah, I mean, I think you and I have known each other. I would say a year and a half now.
Yeah, about the same. Yeah.
So, in a year and a half, I mean, you have gone from 100 to 1,400. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. There's no way I'm complaining. I mean, I think the thing that I will say really actually saved, and it's probably for a lot of smaller creators, or at least mobile wise, was when YouTube changed the mobile streaming requirements. Because that was a big shift for watch hours and for what doesn't happen when you just post videos, which is the chat and communicating and building a rapport with everyone that watches you. And that's something that I appreciate, and I think all of us do, is that you build this community sense. Like it's like going to the lunch table or going to the corner pub and having a chat.
Oh, that's so nice. In fact, I think that deserves a dance.
That opportunity for a drink.
There you go.
But I think that's the other thing that you like, I don't know. I still consider myself a small YouTuber. Like, I am a small YouTuber in most sense of the word.
Sure.
I am friends with big YouTubers. That's the way I can say it. And JT upset that it was the wrong. I can't tell.
No,
It's
because
just,
I told him I was going to change the song on it.
um,
His original is still there, but like I
uh,
said before we started, I'm making sure I'm having a lot of fun with
yeah.
filling in as the host.
The Gilkman. I have about 7 Yankees hat. I was born in the Bronx. I grew up going to Yankee Stadium, so it's not a Yankees hat. I'm sorry. I've met Derek Jeter. I've met Mariano Rivera. My dad was a court officer right across in the Bronx Supreme Courthouse, where you could literally watch the games from the roof without paying if you didn't want to. So it was under 8 seconds. JT, you're fine. You're fine, JT. But I mean, yeah. So I'm a small YouTuber that, and I would like to say that, like, you guys get to sit in your houses and do this stuff, have it so easy. Like, I spend all day at 100-degree temperatures around a bunch of other people that don't really actually want me there for sometimes. And that's something that I would want to I'll talk about later and stuff, is that there is a growing, not disdain. All right. See, it can't be name dropping when it's just a normal thing. I don't understand it. Like, name dropping is when you're doing it on purpose. What is it when you do it by accident?
We just, you know how JT is. He likes to give you grief for it.
But like, actually during my live stream today, that someone said, "Oh, another person vlogging or YouTubing or whatever," and I'm like, "Well, what's the difference if I was doing that for myself?" So, like, that's definitely happening in Disneyland. And Tokyo Disney already banned vlog influencers in that way. There's no videos or stuff like that. So that is something that actually is in the back of my head. It's like, kind of glad I started doing some diversification.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I have to imagine, right? I mean, because people who work at the park.
I know a bunch of people that work at the park.
Quite a bit, and I have to assume because of that, right? They must like you if they know you. You talk to them, and stories you've told me, right? But I mean, I have to imagine that there's other people that come that they've gotta hate, that just probably act like they are so important because maybe their channel has 1,500 subscribers and they think they're a big deal, and above, just the people working there. So, yeah, I mean, I have to imagine it's a little bit of a tough thing.
To be honest, the most people that seem to distract from the enjoyment of others, personally noticing and stuff like that, are more of the younger TikTok crowd, because I've seen them set up tripods and start dancing in the middle of Magic Kingdom to do their little 30-second video.
Yeah.
Spirit of Liberty is bringing up himself. No, I can't say anything. I just got a 300,000 view TikTok video from yesterday, so I'm not going to say anything because for some reason the algorithm's better over there for things. I don't get it. What is my favorite type of hat? Least favorite type of hat? Honestly, baseball hats, like baseball caps. I have a very round head. Baseball caps on round heads don't look well because the bill sometimes is smaller than the width of my head. Like, the brim is smaller. So that's why I kind of go for round hats. If you've seen my streams, I have like cowboy hats on. I have pirate hats. I have weird rice patty hats on. I have bowler hats, fedoras.
So you got 300,000 views on a TikTok. How come we don't see kids walking around with Zorts on their shoulders?
Because that was from our Velocicoaster video.
Oh, okay.
That's why I have 3 TikToks that equal almost to 3 million views now. So I can't. YouTube, what's going on? I did the same TikTok as a short and got like 500 views. I have a feeling that YouTube just doesn't like me. But that's just me.
I would, another thing I'm curious about, and what are maybe some tricks or things that you have learned kind of to help with success on YouTube that most people maybe don't know about? Like, is there anything that for anybody who does have a starting out, or they're trying to get to those 1,000 subs and the watch hours? What are some little things that people can try to do that can potentially help?
I think there's a bunch of things. One is now some people do put on a character, right? Some people are someone else on stream.
Mhm.
That's fine. That works for some people. I'm not a character. Like, besides this guy on my shoulder, if you came to talk to me, I am the same all the time. I'm just genuine, and most of the people I see that are very big in the space are that way. They're not anything different. And the other thing is interact. I was a year commenting and chatting on streams before I get known in the communities. Be R2 Yub late what? Yub?
I meant to say yep.
Okay. Okay, I was thinking Yub.
I was taking your advice. I was interacting with the chat.
Yub nub. Way.
You're
Nub. Okay. Sorry about that. But
that's a highlight.
What? So the main thing I think is that, like, I remember, like, Latino Slant had me on to talk Boca Boba Fett when I was nobody, just to talk the trailer, because he saw that I was walking around with a Star Wars thing on my shoulder. I will say you can't just stick with YouTube. You need to have a presence everywhere, and it's an annoying thing. Like, you have to have a presence. Don't be afraid to try to interact with channels above you, or you think you're above your station, because everyone's the same. They're a coworker. It's not that there's someone above you. This is all a fiefdom. We're all working for one person or one group. It's not about, and don't worry about drama. Like, don't go near it, but don't worry about it. And I don't know, just be yourself. Don't try to be what you think the algorithm, or what you think the chat, your audience, they will find you, and you'll find people that enjoy what every big channel has. And I know I'm saying this weird because I'm a smaller channel. What every big channel has is people there for the person, not the content. It has nothing to do with the content. Because if you look at, like, Mr. Beast or any of those really, really big ones, they can do whatever they want. Critical Drinker, he can play Resident Evil 4 and then talk about movies. Doesn't matter. The people are there just because it's Critical Drinker, or Shad, or any of these larger channels. So it's sort of just building that rapport.
Well, and I have to imagine too, just like how you said, with kind of making friends with larger channels. In return, though, too, I'd have to imagine, as you grow, but you interact with smaller channels to almost kind of return that favor to help out those smaller channels and go on there. And
I always think that Culture Casino is a great representation of this. He will talk to everyone. Don't pick an aisle. Don't do anything like that. Just be yourself, and don't worry about affiliations. What was Gilpin had asked a question? I wanted to see what it was. Okay, staying away from things to stay away from. Now, it all depends on what you're looking for. I've been given advice by very successful YouTubers now. Jay, Jeremy, Ryan. I even got advice from Gary and Quarterblack during the October meetup. I have gotten advice from people that have been in the game longer than me, and everything like that. And the things I would stay away from is one, I would say, be careful and vet. I would say that's one thing. When you're growing and stuff like that, just be aware. Make those connections, but be aware of them. Sometimes something could happen and things could go awry. Be nimble, and don't worry what you start your channel out as. it will grow with you. That's my advice, because I have found that people like hearing me be somewhat of an idiot and talk about random stuff from the 90s. So like doing that. I wasn't expecting that to be on my channel. It just happens, and that's the one thing. And also, like I said, just being, it's an easy thing to say, but people will see when you're genuine. And Tom, I played Fortnite with you before and stuff like that. I think you just have to be consistent too. That's the one thing that it took me a while to learn, and it's something that took a while. You have to be consistent. You can't be on and off for a month. Like, YouTube will punish that, and your audience, unless you're established enough, will too, because they feel that rapport and that connection, and if that starts to become vacant, they'll move on. So I do think you have to be consistent. And sorry, there was a squirrel on my window. You do have to be consistent and set up a schedule and be either you can think of it as a hobby or think of it as a job. I'm kind of a hybrid. I think of it as a hobby, but now that I feel now that I have members and stuff like that, I feel burdened to make sure that I make sure there's stuff that's there for them. Now that's me. Some people don't see it that way, but I would say that's the other thing. Be consistent. To anyone. Obviously, JT and R2R, they have their Monday streams. JT has his Wednesday stream. That's a consistency, which people like, because guess what? People still like old school television. They want that warm blanket of, I get to watch JT at 9:30 tonight.
I think that's a great point. Because if you want an audience, you have to give them content. Because if you're not consistent, people won't want to be subscribed to your channel if they know they're not going to get anything unless, so like the bigger channels that do go like, oh, I only do a couple, like I only do one video a month, or I only do one video every quarter, but they'll do something very big and produced as well too. But yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And I mean, we haven't hit your levels of success yet, but I feel like trying to necessarily chase it will burn you out. You just have to be you and do what's fun for you and what you enjoy. And I think that success will come as you do it. Like, JT and I, we talk about movies that we watched growing up with, and mainly do that because there's so much content out there of people who complain, and I don't want to complain. I want to talk about stuff that I like and it's fun. And not only that, I want to talk to my friends about what we like and we think is fun. And doing that, I feel like it makes it enjoyable. It makes me want to keep doing this.
I completely agree. No one's going to watch someone that they can tell doesn't want to do what they're doing. Like, no one's going to watch that. I mean, obviously there's some content where the person may not like what they're doing, but you're still going to watch it. Obviously that happens, but I think people can see when you really enjoy something. And the other thing is everyone has to think about, a lot of these people have been around when it was easier, right? Monetization originally was only 10,000 views on a video.
That's JT.
So remember, a lot of these channels that have been around, they got in easy. They just had to get 10,000 views. I got 10,000 views, I think, within like 3 months, even with my channel being at only like 100 subs. So
really quick to answer JT. No, you should take a break when you have a co-host who can fill in for you while you're on your break.
So I can answer some things about taking breaks and stuff like that. Now, I'm historically not good at that. I am an overworker, but I do know when so I'll film a lot of stuff. I will film a lot of videos, even though I know on my channel my videos don't perform as well as my live streams because people want to interact. So, but I would still film them, and I would still record them and have them up, and I will schedule them out, normally at least 2 to 3 a week, to have them if I know I can't go to the park and things like that. But mini breaks, like, you don't have to do something every day. Like R2 and JT, After the weekends, it's one stream a week, and that's that. I mean, put it this way, like some people can get away with that really easily. Now, I think you guys are going to get there. It's just like finding that
Well,
that one movie review you do where someone's like, "Oh my god, I haven't watched that in forever," and that's the thing.
I mean, I'll be honest though. I mean, like, even if all I ever got to was 300 subs and that was it, but if I still had 5 people who showed up to hang out and they had fun, and I'm talking to my friends, I'm happy about that. I mean, because that's the way I look at it. I don't look at it as I'm trying to be a YouTube star. I have with technology today, I have an awesome way to hang out with my friends, and all we're doing is we're sharing that conversation to the internet. One challenge though, I'll put that I feel like that like JT and I have too is we're married, we have kids, and we only have so much time to commit. I mean, I wish I could do as much as you do sometimes. I just don't have the flexibility. I also too know though, like with your work and how your schedule it is, you've got a lot of flexibility. I mean, you're lucky in that sense.
Yeah, I can make my job allows me to make my own schedule, which means I'm up probably most of the day or most of the night, depending on what it is. But I am going to give a suggestion for after the weekend right now, and I've been holding off on this suggestion, and I thought it was something brilliant. I'm going to give it to you guys now. You guys have to do retro trailer reactions. I think that'd be hilarious. It's something to add in as a recorded video. You guys should do. I think you guys should start doing some retro trailer reactions for after the weekend. I think that'd be cool. They're online, they're available, and I just think it'd be a funny thing to do because probably you might not have seen some of these trailers from these movies in the 90s.
Or been a long time and just don't remember.
Yeah, it was something I wanted to say, and I think I say it here so you and JT can both hear it. I think that is a great idea for the channel as another content stream. Sorry.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. I was thinking about that. Like, today when we get a trailer, I mean, they're really, they're just cut scenes from the movie clipped together. But back in like the 80s and the 90s, we had like narrated trailers. Remember, there was that one guy in particular who, it was like 50% of what he narrated always started off with like, in a world where, like for like Waterworld, I remember he did that. So no, I think that's actually a great idea. And one thing I'll mention is, I love doing the live streams. I love interacting with the chat, and even too, I like when the chat is interacting with other people in the chat too. Is always fun, and but it can be tricky. I feel like, and like even too, like when you're walking around the park, like sometimes I don't know how you're able to do that. I feel like I would trip and hurt myself and break my camera and tripod.
I have very good peripheral
gimbal,
vision. I've learned that I have very good peripheral vision.
When you record a video, it's a lot easier to kind of maintain your focus, but you don't get that interaction unless you do a premiere, which is what we usually do with our recorded videos anyways, just because we want to chat with everybody.
I do want to answer the Gilkmans about the persona. I think some people might need that. I'm not saying that people need it or there's anything wrong there. And that persona can still be their genuine feelings and stuff like that. There's nothing. I just think that you look at Gary, and I've talked to Gary, not name dropping JT. He's the same way. He's how he is on stream. He is same with Quarter Black. They are the same person. Now I know Jeremy and Ryan put on a little bit more elevated of what they are, and I just think that's good too. There's both worlds work. I'm just saying from my own personal experience, being what I am, but I have someone I can talk to because I spend a lot of time by myself in a park. Sometimes having something I can talk to keep people, and also it's a great thing like for a smaller channel to have some type of gimmick. It is really great, especially in the idea of going out places. You need a conversation starter sometimes. And that's how I got a lot of my first subs, was talking to people. I mean, if you've watched my streams, I have no problem talking to anyone. I have no like fear of public speaking or anything like that, or being looked at weird. Come on.
Well, I was gonna say, how hard is it though to be talking to just a camera by yourself? Like I'll give you an example. Like the other night, you went to what was it, the Woody's Barbecue?
Yeah.
At Hollywood Studios, and you're at a table by yourself. You got a camera facing you, and you're just talking to it. But there was all these other people around you. I mean, nobody seemed to be paying any attention to you. But there's part of me, I'm like, if I saw that, I feel like that would look somewhat strange. I mean, I have to assume at the theme park that's a normal thing.
The weirder thing is when I'm not at a theme park. So if I do something, because I do go to other places, I go, and I film more hidden gems and local things like that, and that's where it's more.
Thomas, you're not
different.
delaying anything though. We like the questions, so if you have any of them, just shout them out.
We had no plan for this besides I think I'm supposed to talk about a skunk ape, which I don't
Spoilers.
know. I'm sorry. Theme park casual. It's not a superpower. Stranger danger, my stranger danger. Oh God. That's the other thing. Like I will say this. Jay is an awesome dude. He's also intimidating looking. I don't never wanted to look intimidating walking around the parks. Right? You want people to come up and say hi. So that's the thing. Like you want the people, and here's the other thing. And this is why I wanted more people that were in the parks to be to see my stuff and be an audience member. They don't know what's going on. The people going to the parks, just going to Disney and stuff like that, they could be hardcore Disney fans, sure. But a lot of times they also don't know too much of what's going on because they just got the ticket and went down. They wanted to go on a vacation and they knew they went to Disney at some point when they were younger. Because a lot of people going now are younger families or older childless couples and stuff like that. But they don't know a lot of other things.
Yeah.
If you say, I heard someone say on YouTube video today that he filmed himself doing just about anything for hours. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing. Oh, okay. I don't know if I had that issue. Because I just started. Like one day I decided, all right, I'm gonna go to the theme park and I'm gonna record a video, and I just did it. I had the channel. So I guess this is going back a little bit. So my original channel name was Rogue Disney because of my dog Rogue that I found on my way home from Disney. Simple thing. I made that channel name, which I thought wouldn't be available. I thought someone would have taken that. Like 2018 or 2017, before I moved down here. I just made the YouTube channel name. I just like, what, I'm gonna do that. And I never had any like, oh my God, I'm talking around people. I just started because I watched, Paging Mr. Morrow. I watched PC Dev, these people that were around here before me. I watched Jay on Park Hopping, which at the time wasn't Park Hopping yet. It was just on Geeks and Gamers, where there was every once in a while a theme park video. But I just didn't see the thing. Now, I guess I'm an extreme extrovert. I am very outgoing, so I guess maybe that's why I didn't see anything weird about it. But I also like, you take family pictures when you travel, right? I have like, my dad had reels of videos of us. I was always on camera at the theme park. That's what my family did. So I didn't see any. This is the weird thing. This thing being, because I have nothing to be like, oh, look over there. There's something over there. I can distract something for a second. I am terrible in these situations where I'm stuck in my house and I don't have anything I can use as a distraction. So I'll even start like grabbing things and like, oh, hey, I have a Loki staff here. Or, oh, hey, I have a
Oh yeah, I've
Thanos
got like a
gauntlet.
collection of fidget spinners too, or just
Um,
stuff I've got to mess with sometimes.
but
I totally get
that's
how
the
that
thing.
is.
So I actually like. Well, as much as I say like hey, you guys don't have to come out to the real world. I give respect to the people that can sit in front of a camera for 4 hours and talk. I give Jeremy, a lot of them a lot of respect for doing these type of streams. And hey, Maria, I forgot to say hi earlier. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh, we're apparently doing a bad job because look who showed up.
Hey,
What's up, JT? How you doing?
Where are
how's
you?
it going? I'm in my packed up office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the cap
I
cave?
decided to. yeah, the cap cave. You're right. Just
Maybe
wanted
like
to come
Captain's
in.
Hangar. I don't know. Cave.
Sorta. I probably sound completely different. I have no setup.
You sound like you're in a hallway talking to us.
Well, I'm using my laptop microphone, so I'm
okay.
very. Everything else is packed.
It still has to be better than when I tried to do it from Poly on StreamYards. It still has to be better than that.
I still have not uploaded that 10 minutes I saved of that because I don't think you're ever going to show that actual stream ever again.
I can clip some things from it, I think, because I thought I recorded the water pageant pretty well.
Yeah.
I might have to clip that out.
Well,
so I just wanted to say
we forever have this one really quick though. We just got
the tree touched me.
You're doing great, R2. You took over the show.
And now stop.
Tom's teaching us the tips of YouTube. So that's pretty cool. I enjoy that. I just wanted to come in and give everyone a little update. Yeah. I am going to be on the road next week. So like Tom said, look for like little hints of content. So you might see like, Cap Road videos. There might be some other shenanigans. Just depends on how I can film them since I am driving all the way to Texas with my family. So that should be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be nice when you get to your new place. I can't wait. Very excited for you. Can't wait to see what you find along the way. Because I know
big ball of yarn.
Yeah.
That might be.
Are you going to stop at a Buc-ee's?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Boosie's? Wait, which way is it supposed to be said? I know some people say Boosie's and some people say Buc-ee's.
It's
Buc-ee's.
No one says it the other way. It's called Buc-ee's.
I don't know. I've heard people from Ohio call it Boosie's.
Well,
and that's
they're from Ohio. That's why.
It's kind of like Buc-ee's is kind of a little cult like. Like I was wearing a Buc-ee's t-shirt in Disney, and people would like literally go out and point Buc-ee's. Like I was surprised. I didn't think a gas station could have so much love.
Yeah, actually, the big ball of yarn, it was created by Unlocking Lore. She actually created that. So.
All right,
but all right, you got other things to do. I just wanted to pop in and say thanks, Rick, for doing this. It's pretty fun. I'm sure you'll have more fun shows in maybe next week. But look for
keep getting ideas for things.
Yeah, look for fun stuff on the road. Who knows? I might be live with you one time where I'm like this, or I might be on the road or something. So
you could be live from Buc-ee's. That would be great.
Ooh, that might be a good idea. Yeah,
I spent like $300 at Buc-ee's. I'm not going back again.
You spend $300 on anything
everywhere you go. then again, I just went to Texas for a little Spidey spring break. We stopped at Buc-ee's. First time going there. We spent $100 in a gas station.
Yeah,
and then on the way home, we stopped back at the same place again. And we spent another $100. So, and that's true. Out here in Arkansas, we got gas stations called Come and Go.
I'm not.
Excuse me.
They Come and Go, and they sell T-shirts there. It's my favorite thing to send to family members.
Maybe. Oh God. Oh man. I thought Florida was bad.
Guess what you guys are both gonna get in the mail?
Well,
I don't know if I can wear that in a park.
Hopefully, you don't send them to me anytime soon. Wait until my new address. Or my the people who are gonna be living in this home will probably be like, "What is this?" So,
What kind of sick pervert did we sell our house to?
Hey, I moved into my house and I got Christmas presents for the people that used to live here sent to the house. That ain't my problem.
wow, did you open them?
Nah, I brought it back to one was a Roomba that I already got, so I'm like, all right, well, I don't need this. I give it back.
All right, well, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out with this.
Come to the dark side. I have you now.
I want everyone to know that was before Disney bought Star Wars. That was completely Lucasfilm. Just saying.
Yeah.
That was before Disney bought Star Wars. So we all think Disney's done the worst. That was Lucasfilm.
Well, good night, JT. Thanks for coming by.
I wonder if JT has a nightcap shirt.
I think JT needs one that says Captastic on it. And yeah, cannoli does. You get a couple cannolis in him, and he gets on that sugar high. Well, I think we certainly appreciate the insight with what to expect, what to do with growing our YouTube channel.
And along with the expect, I forgot to say this. YouTube takes 30%. Guess what? The government does take another 30% and possibly a little bit more for Social Security. So say you get $100, you're gonna end up probably like $20 at the end. Just saying. Just remember that it's a good chunk out.
Would you say it would be wise to, if possible, to bank what you make every year before you do anything with it?
I would say one, you got to do quarterly. I think if you're over a certain amount, you have to do quarterly for the quarterly estimates for taxes. The past year I don't have to worry about that. This year I do. I've already made 1,000, I think, so far, which I was surprised by. But JT, you have merch. I'm saying you have a nightcap shirt with like a little cup, like a nightcap, or a hat.
I don't think
one of the little like hat.
So yeah, potentially, or at least not touch it for 3 months.
I would keep the 30%. I would just keep 30% from each month, at least for tax purposes. Hopefully by the end you'll save that. But I mean, me personally, I set up a different account that the YouTube stuff goes into. It's separate from my main account, so it's easier to monitor and maintain. But that's for next year. I don't have to worry about that now. But that was something most people don't talk about, is the whole like realistic side of things. Like even like, trust me, I like the idea that I'm covering at least half of my park expenses each month now from the money coming in. Like theme parks aren't cheap, and only about $500 to $700 a month in terms of just food when I go there. So
that's where you can find the shirt. Support JT and the channel.
Beard of Liberty is correct. Self-employed taxes, because you're paying both the employer and employee aspect of it.
Yeah.
So that's why you see a lot of content creators still saying like, "Hey, don't forget we have Streamlabs with Mama Susan doesn't take that 30%."
Yeah.
But that was one thing I wanted to bring up, because you don't hear too many people talk about the finance aspect of it.
I don't think you ever hear anybody really talk about that. And I think a lot of people just think like, oh, I get all that money. Or, they go, okay, yeah, the 30%'s been taken, but then they don't realize that they have to pay additional on it. So
yeah, a lot of people might think the 30% is because you do give your tax information and you do give your social to them for them to file, I guess, but they don't take the money out. It's just a service fee. So,
Um,
little downer talk there for a second. But
no. But that's all. I think that's all good advice. And I appreciate you sharing it with us. Well, I think we'll move on because we've had people asking for it, and that is. Cap's Bigfoot report. So I found a cousin of Bigfoot that hangs out in your part of the woods.
Yes, the skunk ape.
The skunk ape. I don't know how many people who have heard of the skunk ape before, but I do have some facts and even some videos to share.
I was going to try and make it out to the headquarters in Okeechobee, Florida. I think it's Okeechobee. Oh, no, Okapi.
It sounds like Oklahoma. Everything starts with an O in Oklahoma.
But there is a headquarters in Florida if you are very curious about the skunk ape. And
well, I think that's what was what I took there.
Yeah, that's the Big Cypress Trail Lakes.
Unless just those campgrounds are called the Skunk Ape headquarters.
And Skunk Ape Research Headquarters is located in 4094 Tamamimi Trail East, Okapi. It is on the campground property, Trail Lakes. So that must be it. This is Trail Lakes. Yeah, maybe they have a different name now.
I just realized I screwed up. I forgot to write feet.
Between 5 and 7 inches in height.
Yeah, not inches. Sorry, that's feet.
Wow.
I had a busy day. I was scrambling. It's my first show. Forgive me. But it's looked at as a cousin of Bigfoot and found in the swamps of southeast the U.S., Florida, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, and even technically where I'm in, Arkansas.
Well, a lot of people don't know there is a lot of cattle in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So the livestock. Now, honestly, this makes the most sense in this state because if you've ever been to the Everglades, then just say there's probably someone, and Florida man is probably a skunk ape. Like the actual Florida man is probably just an evolved skunk ape.
Yeah.
And but I also don't know. They can't be hairy, man. It's too hot here. Like the images I've seen of skunk apes, they just show them as being like similar to Sasquatch. These guys got to be hairless. It's like 100 degrees, humidity. The hair would look all matted. I don't think that would.
It does have very matted fur, and when people have cited it, but when they got close to it too, they say it smells like a skunk. That's the name. But yeah, 5 to 7 feet in height, and dark reddish brown or black fur. And then also too, I thought was interesting that it's been reported to stalk people, invade homes, and kill livestock like cattle. So that with you mentioning, that there's a lot of cattle in Florida. And one of the most interesting reports now, there's a more detailed one, and I could not find it today. I'd read about this before, but in 2000, Sarasota County Sheriff, they received 2 photos and a letter from a resident saying that they saw this thing in their backyard. And it was an elderly lady who, she said, over a few evenings, something was stealing apples from her back porch, and she was trying to find out what it was. And finally, one night, she had been hiding, and I think she even placed a few apples in some certain spots too. She said with her camera, with the flash, she started taking some pictures, and she thought it was an orangutan, as well as when the photos were developed, they were a little bit different. And so that's why she sent them into the sheriff's station, because she was worried about it. And a lot of people have debated this. They're certainly a little interesting, but here are the 2 good photos that were sent in.
All right, I could see with the the Reddit from the flash. I can see where someone, because you have a lot of debris in the way, so the face definitely looks more up. It looks like Harry and the Henderson a little bit in the face. I mean, I can see it's an orangutan after hearing that. Like, okay, that makes sense. The orangutan's head face shape is similar to Harry and the Hendersons a little bit.
Well, they're interesting pictures. Now, some people have said this is a Bigfoot statue at a Ripley's Believe It or Not, but I cannot find any Ripley's Believe It or Not photos of a Sasquatch that looked like this at all. And I was searching. I spent all my lunch break today looking for Bigfoot photos. Now, the eyes do light up kind of red, which indicate, that happens to people. It's the blood in our eyes that coming out. So that's one thing where, that's intriguing. But it is a little tough just because it's a static photo. I mean, there's a lot of ferns out in Florida, and that certainly could be.
I mean,
real, but I mean,
the distance the mouth moved is also weird between the two pictures.
Yeah,
like the one on the left, it looks like the face shape is correct, like the proportions are right, but then all of a sudden his teeth move up like right above his eyes, or right below his eyes.
Yeah, we can't quite zoom in, but on the right there, like it's got two kind of fangs on the bottom there, which I don't know if orangutans have that. I think orangutans have far more straight teeth like humans, so that's one unique feature. I mean, it's also too, again, not zoomed in. Who knows? I'm just saying it looks a little bit like it's got two pointed teeth, so certainly interesting there.
All I know is if you're in Florida, do not go wandering in the woods. Simple. There's alligators. Skunk apes are the least of your problems.
You have Burmese pythons. And it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't a primate or two loose.
There's an area in Florida that have a bunch of monkeys that swing around in trees. I think they got broken out. There's an area.
Is that where the G&G house is located?
I don't know. I'm not going to say. I don't know where it is.
So this is one of the videos I have. Let me see if I can speed it up because the first part of this is a little tough to see. So this is taken in, obviously, 2000 by a man named Dave Shealy, who was I thought I had the details here. I guess not. He was on like a bus tour to go to the Everglades. And here's where you kind of see it. Now, this video, something about that looks just like it's a guy.
Like that's Bob going to Publix.
That's a very casual gait there. Very.
It also changes pace, and he doesn't have the arms up earlier on in the video. And honestly, a creature like that, if it's an ape or a Sasquatch, something like, I don't know the intelligence levels of them or anything like that, but most animals, when you see something weird, they stop. They don't keep going. Like they stop and look at you like they're like, hey, what's that?
Stop, or they're just gonna take off.
Like a sprint. It's gonna be
but
bolt.
It seems like it would go towards the trees that it was walking away from to go hide. So yeah, that one was a little.
Look like it's going to get a Slim Jim or something like that.
The next one is intriguing. Now this one is from Mississippi. And yeah, you can hear it. It's trying to get into the middle of one of these trees in the swamp. You can hear it ripping off the bark.
Well, there are bears in Florida, so there could be bears in Mississippi. There are black bears, I think. So the height of that could be a bear.
Yeah, it could be. And I got a follow up of this where it's stabilized and zoomed in too. So we'll check that out. But
I hope it's not. It looks like it's doing something odd to the tree. I don't know what.
It's
unless it's looking for like.
It's
bugs?
Definitely one of the better videos out there. I think.
Oh,
but you can kind of see though, like it's got a Doesn't have a bear-shaped head to it.
No, it doesn't. The scaling of it makes me think it. That's the only thing. Like it's around the right height of a bear sitting on its hind legs.
And then it stands up a little bit. And it's ripping sections of that tree out.
Not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. Let's see the stabilized. I'm curious.
Now, the one thing that it ends with, I feel like a lot of these Bigfoot videos, though, the guy does like run away in a panic, which doesn't really do anything. He just freaks out. Oh yeah, when it stands up there.
All right, I'm sorry, man. Be a YouTuber. You go in, you get closer, you investigate, you inquire.
He makes a lot of noise.
That thing would be running after you.
Yeah. And then here's the zoomed in one and stabilized. Hopefully that turned down the audio for a little bit of everybody. Yeah,
the lighting's different.
It's the same video. Somebody else, they fed it through another program to enhance it. But like you really see like its elbows going, and it's holding a chunk of wood in its hand. It does, just flings a thing of bark in the water.
With the zoom in, it looks like a gorilla. It does look like the head shape of a gorilla.
It does.
Now, I don't know.
And it could be going after termites, which that's something
would make sense for a gorilla would eat. They would eat bugs.
Well, chimps eat bugs, but I don't know if gorillas really do, because gorillas are vegetarians. But chimps will, and orangutans will. I do know that.
I thought the gorillas eat the bugs off the head. Like they don't they normally like have the little things?
It's the chimps that do it. They go to the termite mounds and they stick a twig in there, and the termites bite the twig and they like suck them off the.
Western lowland gorillas also have an appetite for termites and ants, even though they're mainly vegetarians.
Okay.
So that's maybe the ones you see most of the time in a zoo. That's why they're doing the whole little bug pick off thing and taking the.
Gotcha.
I mean, the shape of the body but the other thing though is it looks too flat.
Yeah. Now you'll see when it stands up, it looks a little flat.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
That's where it ends right there.
The musculature doesn't make sense that way. And I mean, if it's evolving and it's an ape, I would say the butt would be bigger.
Well, like if it's tough because it's a zoom in of a video already, so it's going to take some detail away. But that one certainly is interesting.
That was more interesting than the other one. The other one looked like he was the Sasquatch and the commercial.
That one definitely would make me question going into that forest. That's for sure. So yeah, I found that. I thought that was real interesting. I know I'm always the one giving JT grief because I'm like, no, it's probably that. It's probably this, but that one's good. So I'll see if I can come across any more. Yeah, I know. We're probably the two worst people to go on about this.
What do you want me to say? It looks like a guy in a suit. You want me to say that?
I don't know. It's ripping off all the stuff out of the tree, though. It sounds loud.
It's making itself a home. It's making itself a home.
I don't know. That could be Bigfoot or the skunk ape. It could be real, Tom. That's what Tom should do. Tom should go look for the skunk ape.
I don't know if I want to do that.
You and Jay.
I don't know if I want to look.
Maybe Jay. Maybe if you get Jay hungry enough and he's like,
God, I don't know.
The skunk ape will come a calling.
Come a calling. Okay.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I was too analytical.
That one is Tanuka, Mississippi, on that guy's property, Mr. Josh Highcliffe.
I was on his property.
Yeah, it was on his property, he said. So he says he is in Tanuka, Mississippi.
Okay. I'm not going to Mississippi.
Oh, somebody's already complaining. Yeah, Vanquish, quit playing Fortnite and do your darn show. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, since JT and me will be so close to each other now, I'm trying to get Tom to come out. Maybe me, JT, and Tom can go squatching.
Squatching.
We can go into Oklahoma and go look for wood apes, or we can go down to Fork, Arkansas, and look for the Boggy Creek creature. You want to do it, Tom? Road trip. Come on.
I don't know if I want to go look for hairy animals. I don't know about that. Maybe.
Are you worried you're going to encounter it? It's going to like your beard and want to.
No. There's just too many trees. Too many trees.
Oh.
I moved to an area with few trees.
We all know what happens when Tom gets around trees.
The tree touched me.
JT can sit on R2's shoulder.
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought JT had a Dragon Champions ad, but I don't see it here.
It went up a couple of times on the Stream Elements.
I thought he had something for me to play. I guess not. Oh, well. Well, I think that's it for tonight. Again, Tom, thank you for joining me here.
No problem.
Great. Appreciate all the insight, and hopefully everybody had fun with that last video other than JT, because we're too analytical. What's that? Jacob says I live fairly close to a big thicket in Texas. Oh, there you go.
He said go the big thicket. I don't know what the big thicket is. Is that an actual place?
Or the big ticket? Did he misspell that? Does that mean something else?
I know nothing about Texas.
You know nothing about taxes?
I know nothing about Texas.
No. Texas?
Texarkana, Texas.
Yeah.
All I know is that you can't have cores east or west of the Mississippi line. I'm thinking Smoking the Bandit. I'm sorry.
Well, glad we made you proud, JT. Alrighty. Well, do you have anything coming up?
Thursday, 8:30, the 90s nostalgic stream. We're going to be talking John Travolta films because someone requested it. So that's our last movie. It's end of movie month. We'll be going to snacks, 90s snacks, Gushers, Fruit by the Foot, Fruit Roll Up, everything that gave this entire generation diabetes. Like Surge and, Pepsi Blue.
I thought Surge was a detergent.
No, it was like that weird can.
Oh, was it?
Like high caffeine and taurine and all that stuff.
The Big Thicket National Preserve. I'll have to look that up and see where that is.
Yes, Maria, those were the days.
Yeah. Snack. Sounds like Nicole is down.
Well, that'll be starting in April, and I have no clue how it's going to go. But I'll be looking for more people to pop on. So if you want to talk snacks, let me know. And it's every Thursday, 8:30 to 9:30. That way I have enough time to go play Fortnite with everyone in G&G.
Whoa.
I honestly, picking 90s John Travolta movies, it was weird choices.
I'm like, because that's like, what? Look Who's Talking.
Face Off, Broken Arrow, Civil Action, Phenomenon, or whatever. Michael. There was some weird movie. That was a weird Travolta time. So, but yeah, so it should be interesting. I had to do some research. It's been a while since I've watched Travolta besides Saturday Night Fever or something. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
Hey, well, you have anything else going on?
I think in about 3 minutes I'm gonna be playing Fortnite on the main Geeks and Gamers channel.
No, fail. I'm talking about next Monday.
Yes, I'm gonna be with R2. I was supposed to be with him this Monday, and I ended up having a reservation change on dining. I apologize, but we're gonna be talking one of my favorite childhood films, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the ultimate mashup, universing, mixing, colliding, Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse. How more awesome can you be? Oh yeah, Jessica Rabbit. That's how.
I knew you were going to go there.
Every boy liked Jessica Rabbit.
I think you need to have Nicole on that panel.
If you wanted to pop on, I can send the link. There's space. I'm paying for the full level of StreamYards, I think. It worked out, Tom. I was able to hang out. Oh,
that's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nicole filled in. Oh, there you go. Legend of Boggy Creek was set in the Big Thicket. Cool. Now I gotta look that up. That's a good movie. I love the Boggy Creek movies. But well, with that said, we are going to end it here. Thank you everybody for joining us. Had a lot of fun. Had a great guest tonight, and I look forward to next week. And we will post who next week's guest will be on the R2 show. Good night, everybody.
Night.